is just oversee everything. So, and all the different projects. So we organize a lot of meetings to make sure we're all on the same page, from various levels of the, planning committee meetings to the big all NASCAR meetings that everyone is invited to come and hear about what we're doing and all of our progress. And you'll receive email announcements about those meetings if you want to attend and hear. We're going to have those meetings usually about 3 to 4 times a year. We also collaborate and lead with the collaboration both with the NIH programs and then with what we call the Data Management Center. That's where all of our data is stored. It's housed at University of Cincinnati. And they're a great team that helps us also with websites and communication and all those things. And then under the administrative core are committees. There's a communication and dissemination committee that's led by Susan Howell and CJ Akomi. And basically the role of that committee is to develop the content of the website, give out information about NASCAR activities through newsletters, through social media blasts, disseminate our opportunities for what the different programs NASCAR is offering, opportunities for research participation, and research results, and disseminate those in family-friendly ways. So that's one committee that's really important piece of this that's under the administrative core. Another committee is called the Partnership Engagement Committee. This is led by Sharon Close and Kelly Rinaldo. And this is to really keep all of the advocacy groups together and hear input from advocacy groups and from their constituents about what they want NASCAR to study, and then also to share in this bi-directional way with the different groups all the information that we want to make sure gets out to the different groups. I also am part of the Principal Investigator Committee. All of those pieces of the honeycomb each have one person on that committee. And then our Patient Advocacy Group Committee, NASCAR also has a big committee of all those people representing different advocacy groups, and Access is our primary representative for that group. And then I also get to do all the fun stuff like the budgets, which is actually really cool now because we actually have a budget, like Ginny said. Now, it sounds like a lot, and it is a lot. It's so generous, but it's still, sometimes can't do everything we want. So we still are going to be writing other grants and do other things. The other thing that the administrative core does is less important so much for families, but is really important for the researchers. And we have a team that's called the NASCAR Research Support Team. And basically, you can see here all the different things that this team does. And so it's to help support researchers to get more grants, to develop careers, to be able to know how to do statistical analyses, to help with publications. And so this grant is, this team is put together by all sorts of experts who are there to support researchers if they ask for help. And so we are really excited about being able to offer that to the researchers as well. Okay, then we have a pilots grant program. This is led by Dr. Hong at Stanford. And basically, we also get funding to give out our own pilot grants. So the goal is to support SCA research by giving different investigators, they're not huge grants, but $10,000 to $15,000 a year to study different aspects of this idea of research readiness in SCA. So this first year, we actually had, I think, 12 applications. They're now all being reviewed, and we will make award announcements in May, and we will have a round of pilot grants every year of our 5-year funding cycle. We are allowed to apply for renewals after our first 5 years, but we have to be really successful in these first 5 years. So we're going to work really hard on that. Then we also have what's called a career enhancement program or career enhancement core. The goal of this is to really train and support the next generation of SCA researchers and to build this idea of expert SCA researchers to conduct all our studies. So this program has actually many different, what we call tracks going along with the race car theme. But one of them is the summer internship. These are for undergraduates and graduate students to get information and experiences in clinical research in SCA. This is a great program that's been going on here, started by Dr. Davis a few years ago, well, probably 5 years ago now, and has been really successful. And then we also are going to develop a medical school rotation in rare diseases for those medical students who are already in medical school and wanting to learn more, so we can stimulate their interest in rare disease. We have funding to support a postdoctoral fellow each year. That's really an intense research training year with a project and a lot of mentoring to really shape development of PhD and MD students who are interested in SCA. Well, they're graduates now, so they're actually postdocs is what we call them. And then we also want to support junior faculty with all of those ways that we can support them in terms of building research, but giving them also opportunities to build their careers in SCA research. So those are our programs. Like I said, the Career Enhancement Corps has a postdoctoral fellowship. We have had some applications for that we're reviewing. And then the summer internship program actually had 77 applicants to be part of this program. So it's very competitive. And we're picking the best of the best to be our next SCA researchers and to give them great experiences, both here in Colorado over the summer and also at Children's National and at CHOP. So this is a really cool program that we're excited to be able to sponsor now.